I do think the advantage Chicago has, I mean, the main one I think that we tapped into is, I think there's great talent. You know, and I think in the Valley everyone looks at like, oh, I need a developer that's done 6 years of Ruby or whatever. You know, but I think you look at talent as, hey, I just need really smart, hungry, fun-loving people. Then I think Chicago's unmatched. And also in Chicago, I think the whole Midwestern ethic, I think is a strength where we will tend to stick with a startup for more than a year if it's not going public yet. And so I think really that's the big advantage we have. And the cost structure is better. And certainly if you're going to bootstrap or fund your own business, it's a lot easier to do out here than Bay Area and New York and maybe a lot of other places.
Even if people are being paid well in the Bay Area, it's tough. Cost of living is high.
Oh yeah, because I mean you can't, most places, especially if you only live in the peninsula, you almost can't get a house for under $2 million, and it's pretty insane.
So talk about what you see. One of the questions is, do you see more IPOs in Chicago? Do you see more M&A? If you look out at kind of the environment here, what's happening in 1871 and other places around here, other companies around here, what's your sense of where you think we are in the development and where do you think we're going?
And I do think Chicago has always had great entrepreneurship. I think you and I were also in YPO, and I'm in a forum group, and there's also a lot of great entrepreneurs. Like one of my forum members is Mark Hoffman. He's built Athletico. Obviously great physical therapy business. And so I think Chicago has tons of great entrepreneurs that bootstrap businesses, outside of tech. But I do also think in tech, like another one of my forum members is Sean, who started Centro. Yeah, so there's tons of, I think tons of great, especially bootstrap entrepreneurs, and I think Chicago is a great place to do that in technology or in any other sector. And I do think now, 1871, I mean, none of this existed when we came to Chicago, so I think it's a lot easier now. And there's new funds, like Chicago Ventures, which you're involved in, you were introducing me to, and none of that existed 5 years ago. And so I think combining the talent and the people now with an infrastructure, I mean, I bet a lot more is going to happen. And whether it's IPO or M&A, I don't know, it kind of depends on the market environment. But I also think as an entrepreneur, you kind of don't really have to worry about it, right? Like people say that, right? It's going to take you a long time anyway, so just build a good business.